Hey everybody, Big Daddy G. I figured I'd make this part beginning of the video. This video is longer than what I wanted it to be, but put some information in it. I hope the information is somewhat helpful to the people that actually takes the time to look at it. I'm going to make a prediction. Your sports franchises, your big box businesses, and your Democratic Party. As I said, as you listen to the news, you're going to find that they're peaceful marchers and all this pandering that's been going on with the black community. And let me just add this. As I said, the Democrats always insert race into the equation when it comes down to election. And I say that because if you looked and were paying attention, where did you hear systematic racism? Came from the media, came from the Democrats. Where did you hear white privilege? Came from the Democrats, came from the media. You even had Oprah, a billionaire, twice over. I suffered white privilege. Come to on. But you're going to sell a lot of books on how that happened, right, Oprah? My prediction is this. They have to, if they want to succeed and try to regain some of the votes that the black voters and white voters that they lost because of their peaceful protests that went totally rude, they have to demonize Black Lives Matter. And the way they're going to do that is they're going to say Black Lives Matter was taken over by Antifa, so we got to demonize them. They are no longer just a rioter, they are a terrorist group. And at that point, you're going to find Pelosi repainting the street in New York black, and you're going to find the whole Black Lives Matter movement in America come to an end. Now, that's my prediction. Just watching what's going on. So I just figured I'll add that in there that personally, I'm glad to see it come to an end because, like I said, it's a piece of shit organization built on a lie that has manipulated my people to reach their goals. And I try to tell that to my people, and it's like, oh no, they're for black people. No, nigga, please. I love that. No, they're not. They're using you. Stop being used. Grow up. Do some research. So I just figured I'll add this to the beginning of the tape. And from there, like I said, it's going to be long and have time to look to it. I hope it's informative to some people. And I'm not a announcer. I don't take time to write up this stuff. I don't have time. I'm a truck driver. I like cooking. This weekend I'm going fishing. I like my time to do what I want to do. I don't have time to pull out a piece of paper like reporters and everything and jot down my notes. I kind of like kick it out there as I run across it. So I'm going to add all these together, send them up to YouTube. Hopefully some people will watch America at War Part 2. And yes, there's a lot more that's going on behind the scenes with America at War Part 2 that I haven't added in there. Maybe I'll come up with a Part 3. God bless. Have a great day. Hey everybody, Big Daddy G. I said I was going to do this. America's at War Part 2. I'm not a public speaker. Never really ever took that up. I'm just an old guy that's been making videos, cooking videos, and now I'm getting into the political things, and I find out that I have a little more insight because of the research that I do and information that is afforded to me that I felt as though I needed to make this video to kind of bring about some clarity and understanding, maybe to help some people in this uncertain times, as they say. So let's start off. Start off with Kansas Owen. Very pretty, very intelligent, very quick on the mind. Young lady, she made a statement on a hearing that she was at about every 4 years the Democrats come up with, they insert race into the equation. And it got me thinking, she's right. I remember hearing Obama when he was coming up on his second term. First and foremost, let me explain something to you about the news media. A lot of people look at TV and they get up there and, you see a spy movie and Russia has, government news and other countries. Well, we do too. Your major news medias are owned by very powerful Democrats that have their own agenda. MSNBC, CNN, ABC, a lot of these organizations are owned by very powerful, very rich Democrats that are in the government. And they have their own agenda. Their agenda right now through the media and so on is beat Trump. Has been that for the last 3 years. And Trump hasn't been wrong when he says that it's false news, because what they do is they give you false narratives, they give you parts of what he says and so on. And it's all down to beating him because they realize that everything he said that he's going to do, he has done. Before COVID 19, in 3 years, this man was capable of turning this country around and giving us a strong economy, unemployment in the black and minority community down to the lowest it's ever been in 50 years. Our military was stronger than it's been in the last 50 years. He did this in 3 years before COVID 19. Obama administration couldn't do that in 8 years. The only thing Obama administration, to me, it looked like they enriched was Obama in Biden's pockets. That's the reason why I don't have any kind of faith in Joe Biden having a clue on how to correct the things going on here in America. But getting back to the racial thing, like I said, I remember when Obama was running for his second term. All of a sudden, everything you see is, you're constantly hearing about this black getting killed, this black getting killed, and so on popping on the news. And he gets up there and says, "This is where I'm going to have to address this with the cops and as far as bad cops and so on, because it's how did he put it? He said something about the killing of blacks is like kill killed by being black by walking, killed by being black by driving." Basically, he was following a narrative that they followed with was the kid, I had him on the back of my mind, Martin, the kid that was killed in Florida by George Simmons. Can't think of his name right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. But that was a false. That was a lie. Black Lives Matter was created with George Soros's money through that lie. I can't think of the kid's name. It's right there. By a black Democrat that was running for the governmency, running to be governor, and he utilized George Sentiment, and oh, Trayvon Martin's incident to pretty much so say this was a racial thing, and it was a lie. Everything about what Trayvon said and everything that happened there was a lie, and it was proven as a lie. But it kind of ruined George's life, and it gave birth to the Black Lives Matter, which was sponsored by George Soros. And that whole thing was built on a lie that blacks were being hunted down by cops in alarming manner. Even when Obama made his statement about blacks being killed, which was being shown on the news over and over again, it was not so. If you did any research and checked back to when he said that, even though they showed you the 9 or 10 blacks that were killed by cops, there were over 100. There were a lot more whites that were killed by cops that year. And pretty much so every year. For the last 3 years, they've been really laying it down, laying the mustard down heavy about black on black crime and the cops hunting us. And it's all part of an agenda, a Marxist agenda, which the Democrats didn't quite understand. The Democrats, like other politicians, and the Republicans are bad about it too, but the Democrats are really bad. They're like whores. If you got the money, you could be a Democrat. You could do anything you want. Like Omar. Omar openly expressed her dislike for this country and Israel. But because she is a congresswoman and she has power in Dearborn, Michigan, with a lot of Muslims, they don't want to address that because they don't want to lose those votes. The same thing with ALC, which is basically a communist. We're going to put it. She is the dizziest whack job you ever ran across as far as airhead. Let's get rid of the cops. You got the worst crime situation going on in your district, and you're saying